Hey everyone, it's Movie Lover 120 here, and I'm here with my final flashback movie review for a film that came out in 2020. And that is for none other than Pixar's Onward. So, when I first saw the teaser for this one, I went to see Toy Story 4. I was like, this doesn't really feel like Pixar. Like, seems like they were going more of a DreamWorks trope with the fantasy stuff, and Pixar usually never really goes towards the mythical fantasy stuff. And but hey, maybe it could be a little new effort they're trying, and maybe it could actually be good. So, when it came out, COVID 19 was pretty much starting to hit the United States, and it ended up not doing so at the box office well because of that. Well, and how was it? Well, it wasn't like Pixar masterpiece worthy, but when I saw it, I actually still thought it was much better than what most people try to call it as, and it was definitely much better to watch than Toy Story 4, which I would give a 6 because, well, that film was really not that good, really. It really wasn't even needed. Really, I didn't even deserve to really win Best Animated Feature either. But I did see it, and I actually thought it was much better than that film, and, well, what is it about? Well, it's about these teenage elf brothers who embark on this magical quest to spend one more day with their late father. Like any good adventure, their journey is filled with cryptic maps, impossible obstacles, and unimaginable discoveries. But when their mom finds out their sons are missing, she then teams up with this legendary manticore to bring up her beloved boys back home. And, okay, here's what I absolutely do. I am going to get to the good qualities and, of course, the bad qualities. And here's all the good qualities. Well, it's the idea of a world populated by mythological creatures, but it's also taken a modern suburban world is actually very original and amazing, especially for Pixar standards. And the voice acting for me is very spectacular and very spectacular animation is once again Pixar at their absolute best. Designing characters with mythological beings in this movie is wonderful. And there is one scene in the beginning which is a complete subversion of the old trope of the popular kids reject the weirdo. As popular kids actually seem to want to be the main protagonist's friend, which I like how which no other films ever really do. So I like that they actually did that and whole didn't do the whole trope thing, did the whole cliche trope thing. The setting and background colors fit the tone of the movie well. The characters are very likable and interesting, especially the two Lightfoot brothers. And there are many funny moments in the film, like how Ian tries to magically grow guessing, but it ended up turning Barley into this midget instead. Invisible brim sheet and such a blend of both hilarious suspense once Ian's robe falls off. The design of Barley's fan is a very awesome design and has a lot of effort put into it. And the chemistry between Ian and Barley's natural representation of brother relationships, yeah, especially that it's Tom Holland and Chris Pratt playing the two brothers, and their chemistry really fits well, and it's just perfect. The soundtrack was very good soundtrack and score, especially the song "Carry Me with You" by Brandy Carly, and the last name Manticore and first name, that is one of the quotes. And what are the bad qualities? It's a very unoriginal rescue story for the two main characters to find their missing father, which, well, yeah, it has been kind of done many times before, except, well, it gets kind of told a little differently around the end. And yeah, Barley can be a little annoying at times, and yeah, it can also be kind of, well, not very Pixar-like compared to most Pixar films, but I feel like they were trying to go for a more little different or concept this time around, but honestly, it was still a pretty decent film for what it was, but unfortunately, it didn't do good at the box office because, well, it was released right when COVID 19 was practically hitting the United States, which basically caused its box office performance, so that would definitely kind of make sense. Makes sense, but technically, a few weeks after all the theaters shut down, they released it on Disney Plus, so at least some people who were stuck at home still actually got to watch it before they could even get the chance to see it in theaters. But now, for what would be, I think it's much better than most people call it, but anyway, how would I rank the movie? Well, I would rank it an 8 out of 10. It's better than Toy Story 4, but not really Pixar masterpiece worthy. But hopefully their next film, Soul, can be Pixar masterpiece worthy because it actually looks like it might actually be. Like, whenever Pixar releases two films in one year, one ends up being and the other one being the masterpiece. It began in 2015 when Inside Out was a masterpiece, and Good Dinosaur was the film. Then 2017, Cars 3 was the film, and Coco was the masterpiece. So maybe a similar pattern can happen with Onward and Soul, once Soul does get released. And I know, like, November, but I'm just saying does get released because we know what could probably, we don't have no idea what could even happen, so I'm not going to be too optimistic about its November release, but once we do get it, we'll just have to see what happens. But I like how they're not relying on sequels now and relying more on original ideas, because Pixar is better with original ideas than most of the time they are at sequels. Well, with the exception of Toy Story 2, 3, and Incredibles 2, but that's pretty much about it with their sequel lineup. But anyway, guys, yeah, it gets an 8 out of 10. I want to know in the comments how you would rank the movie or what you thought of the film. And let me know in the Birds of Prey comments too, in my Birds of Prey review, what you thought of that film as well. But anyway, guys, I also do want to announce this month, since it's October and that's Halloween, I will be starting a brand new movie review series for horror films called the Halloween Special Movie Reviews. And it will start with the four Rec movies, including Quarantine, and yeah, by all 4 Rec movies, I do mean Rec 3 and Rec 4. Yeah, that's going to be really exciting. But yeah, just wanted to let you know my schedule for this fall for videos. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this video, guys. Thank you all for watching, and if you like this and want to see more, then don't forget to like and subscribe to Movie Lover 120.